Hello everyone. In this video, we will discuss about the concept of virtual memory and how the mapping has been done with the memory management unit. So here, before the development of the virtual memory concept in earlier machine, they have used only the main memory. So in order to store all the incoming process. So even if suppose the process size does not matches with the main memory size, so what they will do, they will partition the process into several blocks, and each and every blocks will be given it will be stored in the main memory, and once it has been completed for execution, the second partition will be swapped into the main memory. So swapping and this concept is said to be overlays. So this overlay techniques should be followed by the user. So if user is keep on doing the swapping between the disk and main memory, the partitions of all the process, incoming process, then it is actually producing a very complicated issues. So it will leads to a many error also, because it is not done by the system, so only the user is performing all these set of operations. So he may get confused with which partition has to be swapped into the main memory, so like that he may actually keeping the wrong partition of the process. So all these error we can get if it is done by the user. So we are just moving on to the development of this virtual memory concept in the year of 1961. So this virtual memory, so it gives the user about the assumption that even though the main memory is smaller in size to hold the incoming process, it can hold all the set of process whatever we are getting in the system. So this is what is also called as imaginary memory, or it is also said to be the logical memory. The user doesn't know that what is happening inside, because all those things will be take over by the operating system itself. So all these performing swapping operation as well as this overlaying concept, so all these things will be done by the operating system. So the entire responsibility will be given to the operating system, not to the user. So it has been done systematically, so obviously there will not be chance of getting error, or any wrong partition of the process will be keep into the main memory, so that will not be done by the operating system. That never happens. So what happens here, in order to protect the other programs as well as the operating system from the user, so we will not be producing the actual address of any process that we are storing in main memory to the user. So user come to know about only the virtual address, which is not said to be the actual address, physical address. Physical address, which is nothing but in which particular location we are actually storing in the main memory. So that does not known by the user, because by knowing the actual address, he may get into the other programs, or unauthorized access can be takes place because of get knowing about the actual address. So that's why the system will not allow you to get to know about the actual address of any process. So he'll be knowing only the logical address. So whatever the address that could be generated by the user is said to be the virtual address. And what the system will do, so once it receives that particular address from the user, it has to find out what could be the actual address of that particular instruction or the process that he is going to execute, it is going to execute. So what happens here, in order to get the physical address by the logical address, it has to perform that mapping concept. And that mapping, with that mapping technique, we can the system can understand this could be the physical address. And who will do this mapping concept, that has been done by the memory management unit. So in addition to the CPU processor package, we also have this unit is said to be memory management unit, in order to perform the mapping concept between the logical address or the virtual address and the physical address. So here, say for example, if you are getting this kind of instruction from the user to execute, move register 1000. So what is the operation that could be done with the instruction? So whatever the content we have in this location, 1000th location, so that could be transferred to this register. So whatever the address, in order to perform this instruction, the CPU has to fetch the content from this 1000th location, but this is not said to be the physical address. So before fetching any of the content from this location, so it has to map this address with the physical address so that it can get the actual address. So this mapping technique, or it is also said to be translation technique, so that could be done by the memory management unit, which we have in the CPU package. CPU will send the virtual address to memory management unit, and memory management unit will send this address to memory. Okay, so through this bus it will send this information to the memory, and in the memory, so once it receives, so it will get the information, so what could be the physical address, and in that particular address it will fetch the content and it will be given to the CPU for execution. So the memory, once it receives the address, it doesn't know what is actually what could be the instruction. I mean, it is accessing for the physical address, whatever the address it is receiving. So in that particular address, what could be the content it has, so that will be transferred, so that will be sent to the appropriate device. So this memory management unit is actually followed by the two specific techniques said to be paging and the segmentation. First we will discuss about the paging concept, and later on we will discuss segmentation. So in this paging, which is nothing but the virtual address space will be divided into lot of pages, which means whatever the process you are just getting by from the user, so that process will be divided into several partitions, and each partition we used to call it as a pages. And in the main memory also we are dividing into several partitions, so all those partitions are said to be equal fixed partitions. Even in the virtual address space we are dividing into equal fixed partition, which means the process has been divided into fixed partition, and all the partition are equal in size. Okay, already we discussed about the memory partition concept. So in that type of equal fixed partition we are following in this paging technique. As well as the main memory has been divided into several partitions, and those partition we used to call it as a frames, otherwise page frames. All those are said to be page frames or frames. And in the virtual address, which means the process has been divided into many more partitions, and those partitions are said to be pages. So here if your virtual address space can be extended up to 64K, which means you are going to produce an address, and the number of bits that we are giving for that address, which is nothing but 16-bit. So if you are generating a 16-bit address, which means the virtual address space can hold up to 64K locations. So the address space consists of size of the virtual address space, which is nothing but 64K. So it ranges from 0 to 64K minus 1. So how we are getting 16-bit address? Because we need to represent everything in the power of 2. So 64 means we can represent it as 2 power 10 into 2 power 6. 64 can be represented in the power of 2 as the base 2 as 2 power 6, and k is nothing but 2 power 10. So if you add this, you will be getting 2 power 16. So this 16 is nothing but the number of bits that we are going to use it to represent any virtual address, 16-bit address. So in the system whatever you are working, so it can hold only 32 KB. So the size of the main memory or physical memory is 32 KB. So even then it is smaller than the virtual memory size. We can work with it. So we can we can store all the set of process whatever you are just giving into the system into this physical memory with the help of this memory management unit concept. So let us see how we are storing all the set of program. So here how many pages it has? So we have decided, so what could be the size of the virtual address space size is 64K. So though it has 64K, so we are just using 16 bits to generate its address. Virtual address consists of 16 bit. And here the page size is 4K. The page size is 4 KB. So here both the pages and the frame size must be equal. So you should not get the different size of the pages and frames, both must be equal. So if it is a 4 KB of pages, 4 KB size of pages, then you will be getting 16 virtual pages. So because it is a 64K its size, and each and every page consists of 4 KB, so we'll be getting how many pages will be there? 16 pages. Okay, then because 16 into 4, that is 64. So in the same way, in main memory, how many page frames we will be getting? If it is if each frame consists of 4 KB, which is nothing but 8 page frames that we can get in case of 32-bit K, 32 K of physical memory. And some of the architectural design may have multiple page size such as 4 KB, 1 GB, 2 MB, something like that. So they will use this 4 KB pages of virtual space in order to hold the user applications, and 1 GB of virtual space in order to hold the entire kernel. So one portion, so that is the size of the memory 1 GB in order to hold the entire kernel itself, and 2 MB will be used for any other OS related program. Okay. So next one is we will discuss one example for this mapping technique. So how the mapping has been done. Suppose if you want to execute with this instruction, that is move register 0. So this is what the instruction to be executed now. So this is actually the address whatever it is given, which is nothing but the virtual address. It is not the physical address. It is not the address where we can get in main memory, isn't it? So we will be getting only from the user is said to be the virtual address. So from the 0th location, whatever the content we have, that we are going to store in register, but it is not the address which is specified in the main memory. We need to get the actual address which is stored in the main memory by the mapping technique. How we can get it? Okay, so these are all nothing but the virtual pages. These are all nothing but the pages, and these are all said to be the page frames in physical memory. Here it is said to be the virtual memory. So here each and every pages that consists of what is the size of the page, that is 4K. So it starts from 0K to 4K. Here it starts from 4K to 8K, 8K to 12K. So it goes on up to 64K. Even in the main memory, we have divided into several frames, and each frame size is 4K. Again, this will be partitioned in this way. So it consists of 8 pages, and here 8 frames. Here we are getting 16 pages. So here if you want to search, if you want to execute that instruction, so you need to fetch the content which is stored in the 0th location. It is available in the page 0. It is available in the page 0. So you are going to access this page 0. So whatever the information we have in this page is said to be the frame number. It holds the frame number, and this information we can get it with the help of page table. So according to the number whatever we have in the corresponding page is said to be the frame number. So it will access the content which is given in the page frame 2. That is frame 2 in the main memory. So that was the actual content what we going to fetch it, because in the 0th location, so whatever the content we have, okay, so that will be stored in the frame 2 in main memory. So that information we got it with the help of page table, and we are again going to access the frame number 2 in order to get that information. Okay, so this is which means whatever the thing you are going to execute, that will be stored in page 0, and page 0 means in which frame that particular content is available in the main memory, so that we can get it with the help of page table. So this is what the information which we are getting. For each page, the corresponding frame number has been given here, and using that information we can fetch all the content that was stored in that page. So for example, page 0 has been available in frame 2, page 1 has been available in frame 1, page 2 has been available in frame 6, page 4 is available in frame 0, page 5 is available in frame 4, page 6 is available in frame 3, and page 7 is not available. So what is the meaning of this X mark? Which means it is unmapped, which is not able to map here because that content is not available in main memory. So though we have only the limited size of the main memory, so we can hold only up to 8 pages. So apart from that, some of the pages which were not in physical memory, so that we can mention it as a X mark in this page, I mean virtual pages, isn't it? So if you get this X mark, which is nothing but unmapped, which is not available in the main memory, which means a page fault. So this particular uh, is said to be termed as page fault. So whatever the page that we are searching, that page is not available in the main memory currently, and they have to get it from the disk or the secondary memory, and we have to keep it in the main memory. All this process has to be done. So before that, we are getting it as a page fault, because that particular page is not available in main memory, that is termed as a page fault. Suppose if it is available, then corresponding frame number you can get it in this page table itself. According to that, we can get the content of that page. So this is how the mapping process has been done with the help of paging. Thank you.